welcome to another edition of MrElfSquirrel, and today I'm going to get out and do a little bit of slow running practice again. It's a bit of my nemesis at the moment. I'm struggling with it, so back to having another go. May even have a go at some emergency stops and see how we get on. Oh, and that dreaded left turn, we'll give that a go as well.
Essentially, the vast majority of your braking is on your front rear, your front tyre, alright? And as you apply the front brakes, I don't want you to snatch it. I want you to apply it as if you're squeezing an orange as much as you can to get the last drop of juice out of it, alright? So you're just gradually getting harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, alright?
Right.
Now, your back brake does very little in an emergency stop, alright? Because by applying the front brake, you're pushing all of the weight of the bike forward onto the front wheel, which increases the contact patch of the front tyre and gives you additional braking. But at the same time, the suspension on the front is loading up, and the suspension on the back, all the weight's coming off it because the bike's pitching forward because you're braking. So your back tyre is getting less and less weight on it, so it's doing less and less work. So all you really need to do is apply about maybe 10% of your back brake when you initially pull your front brake, and then let it off because it won't do anything otherwise. So I wouldn't actually focus on your back brake at the moment. Okay. Alright?
Yeah.
Put your foot, just cover your back brake pedal and push it lightly, but don't panic about it. Certainly don't stand on it because it'll skid because you've got no weight on it. Alright? All your braking is going to be on your front brake.
Okay.
Alright?
Do I need to remember to pull my clutch in?
I would pull your clutch in. Alright?
Yeah.
But don't panic about it. If you stall, don't worry, alright? The important thing is you stop within a reasonable period, alright? I don't know what this distance is, alright? Yeah. And I don't know whether or not it's representative of the distance that you have to stop on in your test. Yeah. We should probably have looked that up, but we haven't, alright? But I know I can stop that from 30 miles an hour in that distance. So if I can stop that in 30 miles an hour in that distance, you should certainly be able to stop this from less than 30 miles an hour in that distance, alright? Yeah. Why don't I just get out of the way and you give it a couple of bashes, just drive round, don't even try to brake to start off with, alright? And then start braking at that point. Don't ratchet it on, don't try and do an emergency stop first time. Just brake and stop within that distance, alright? So take it gradually, take it really gradual to start off with, and then get harder and harder and harder on the braking each time you do it, alright? How are you feeling? You feel a bit nervous?
Yeah, I am actually. Not sure why.
Alright, well I'll go first. You don't need a massive long run up, alright? So all you need to do the first time is just brake. Come to a stop, put your foot down, alright? We can build up to more ferocious braking and higher speeds later. Okay, talk me through that.
I don't know what I was thinking at all. I think I just did it without even thinking about stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. You've gone into nervous rabbit mode.
Yeah, I know.
Are you ready for this? Do you want to... I don't want to push into something you don't think you're ready for, but you're actually quite an experienced learner motorcyclist now, and this actually shouldn't be hard. I think you're overthinking it.
Probably.
So what I want you to do is just don't think about it too much. Just drive along normally. When you get to the first case, apply the brakes and come to a stop. You don't have to make it an emergency stop. You don't have to make it too hard. Let's just start simple. Alright? Don't worry about how fast you're getting. Just go 1, maybe 2 gear. Perfect. That's how I wanted you to start.
Right. Yeah. That was in first though. I didn't go down into second.
That's how I wanted you to start. Do that a few times. Let's build your confidence up, alright? Because your first attempt was just bizarre. I don't know what that was.
I think it's the turning tight circles and also finding hard still.
Yeah, I know. And it's where you are as well.
Yeah.
It's the scene of the crime, isn't it?
Yeah. Completely and utterly lost my mojo with turning. Totally and utterly lost it with turning circles.
Do you want to try and do a bit of that first then?
I'm wondering if that's where my head's at. I keep thinking I've got to turn more than anything else. I don't know why I've lost it with it.
Well, it's because you fell off.
I know.
You've got a bit of a psychological thingy. And actually, you noticed on the other week, last week, when there's a little bit at the start of the video where you're going down that roundabout and we're having a bit of a discussion, right? You're really wide on that, and that's part of the issue, I think.
I know.
Shall we bin this off then, and shall we work on slow speed manoeuvring?
Yeah, I don't think I can do this today.
I bet you will.
I know, I think it's I just need to get out of my head this circles and the U-turny bit. It's totally my brain at the moment.
That train whistle's getting a lot of use, isn't it? I'll tell you what we'll do then. Let's just do a little bit of slow running. Yeah. And then once you've got back into the hang of slow running, then we'll start adding in some turning. Yeah. And if we get back to this, we get back to it. If we don't get back to it, we don't get back to it.
It's just I honestly think that my brain has come here and I can't cope with looking at that car parking space without knowing I can do it.
Is it this location that's the problem?
I don't know. I don't know. I need to get over it because life is all over
like
the place. I want to get back to trying to do circles and things again. I really am sick of not being able to do it anymore. Right,
okay then. Let's bin these off, because what we'll do with these cases is we'll use them as cones and we'll go around them in a figure of 8, but not yet.
No.
Alright? We don't need to do it yet. I think what we'll do is come down to this end, turn yourself round and face back up that way, alright? And then I'll come down and we'll go through a bit of slow running, okay? So you get your foot covering your back brake, should be on, yeah? Okay, you're in first gear. You're going to give it a little bit of throttle, not too much, about 3,000 revs, but don't stress it. Listen to it. Do it by ear. Yeah. Doesn't need to be many revs. This bike, all right, as it's currently set up, I know this bike will take off in first gear with no throttle at all, as long as the front wheel is pointing straight. In fact, I can prove that to you. Take your foot off the brake. Put both feet down. Gradually let the clutch out. Gradually. Keep letting it out. Gradually let the clutch out. The bike's going to take off. It's going to run on its own. Get it to the point where you let the clutch all the way out. Right?
I'm in
Yeah, you're in first gear. You're off and running. Now it will only do that when the front wheel is dead straight. Because if the front wheel is turned, there's extra rolling resistance and it will stall. Alright? I'm going to prove that to you now. Turn the wheel. Turn it a bit more. Turn it a bit more. That's it. Fine. Right. Now do the same again. Okay? That's because the extra rolling resistance caused by the wheel being turned. Now, so if you know that, then you can use that to your advantage, because you know now that you don't need masses of revs if your front wheel is pointing straight forward. You only need a little bit if it's a little bit curved, and as soon as you turn your wheel, you'll know you'll need a little bit more revs. Okay? So now that you know what the default setup with the bike is, alright, put your foot on the brake, alright, your left foot down, foot on the brake, alright, and now the reason you're putting a little bit of revs in is to counteract the brake. Alright? And just to make sure that you've got a little bit of leeway so that you're not right on the edge of stalling. Okay? So a very little bit of revs.
No, wait for this woman to work out what she's doing.
A very little bit of revs. Then gently let off the clutch.
I didn't take my foot off the brake.
That'll be why. Alright,
Yeah.
A little bit of revs, gently let your foot off the let your hand off the clutch until you get the bike point, take your foot off the brake and you're away. Alright, keep your foot feather the brake with your foot, alright, so that you're keeping your speed about 4 miles an hour. Alright? Now you're comfortable at that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now that you're comfortable at that, when it's convenient for you, when you've got a bit of space, turn round. Plan which way you're turning in the first place, alright? So it looks like you're going to the right.
Yeah.
If you're going to the right, look to the right. Look to the right and then you will follow, yeah? Your revs will go up a little bit, just to counteract the fact that there's a bit more rolling resistance. That's it, straighten up a bit. There you go, absolute no problem. Alright, now, if you're going to go down that end, you can take your foot off the brake completely, yeah? And then, that's it, you're in first gear. So change it in a second and move a bit further down. Yeah?
Do I need to go into second one?
You don't have to go to second, you can just poodle about and do some slow running. Doesn't hurt. Alright?
Yeah.
Alright? What I want you to do is to turn around and face back towards me.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you.
Turn around, face back towards me and then stop.
Oh.
Now what sort of stop was that?
Rubbish.
Yeah. You need to think about it beforehand. So when I say you need to stop, that's a series of processes, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I noticed on the video you put out a couple of weeks ago, you were going around town on your own without me, weren't you?
Yeah.
There was a couple of times there when you came up to a stop.
I didn't think about it.
You didn't think about it and you just kind of went, oh, both feet down, that was a rubbish stop.
Yeah.
Because you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now, the more you think about it, the more it will become second nature and then you won't need to think about it.
I know.
But at the moment,
I'm just
you clearly do still need to think about it.
Yeah, I'm panicking a bit as I come to a stop, aren't I?
So, alright, as well as the taking off, we need to work on the stopping.
Yeah.
Alright? So, when we're thinking about stopping, we've got no foot on the brake, we've got no hand on the clutch, we've got no accelerator, alright? And then what we're doing, from a reasonable speed, we're using the front brake. Most of the way. Yeah? It's only at very slow speed that we're using the back brake. Alright? So what you really want to do, if you've got plenty of time in a car park like this, is you want to start, obviously you're just going to be slow running, so you're not going to be going any great speed. So you're not really going to need much of your front brake, but just cover your front brake to get yourself used to the fact that your front brake is usually the one that you'll use most of the time. Yeah? And then back brake, but as you apply the back brake, alright, you don't need any revs, but as you apply the back brake, you start to pull the clutch in so you don't stall. And then when you come to a stop, alright, because your right foot is on the back brake, you're going to put your left foot down, your clutch will still be in, right, and then you will put your hand on the front brake when you've come to a stop, which will allow you to take your right leg off of your back brake. You'll put your right leg down on the ground, you'll bring your left foot up, and then you'll put your gear into neutral. Then you'll be able to let go of your clutch. Alright? So, what I want you to do is to start off in slow running, get to the point where you're in first gear, you're doing about 4 miles an hour, you're feathering it on the clutch and the back brake, then take your foot completely off the back brake, so you're just in first gear, with the clutch out, just run the bike running on the throttle, and then I want you to make a decision when you're going to stop, and when you're going to stop, you're going to cover the front brake. You're not going to pull it at all, you're just going to put your fingers over it, alright? And then you're going to apply the back brake as you pull in the clutch. And then when you come to a complete stop, alright? You're going to then, you're not going to have to put your hand on your front brake because it will already be there. So once you've come to a complete stop, you're then going to pull the front brake on, which will allow you to take your right foot off of your back brake, put it down, allow you to bring your left foot up, put your bike into neutral, and then you can let go of the clutch. And then what I want you to do is that. So I know you're done.
Okay.
Alright? Do you want me to talk you through it, or do you want to have a bash yourself?
I'm going to have a bash myself.
Okay. Talk yourself through it then.
Right. Okay, so slow running. foot off the back brake, hand off of that, and we're going to back the back brake, bit of clutch, bit of that, into neutral, stop.
How was that?
Yeah, it was alright, but I did have to think about it. I am better sometimes when I talk myself through. I'll try that again.
That was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all the nervousness is about. You can clearly do it, but there's a bit of a giveaway there because you said, I am better when I think about it.
Yeah. I
I wonder why that might be.
I know. I think because I'm not always thinking about it. I'm just sort of trying. Very trying. Down into first. Oh. It's my foot on the back brake. That's what does it. First. Gonna brake. Foot on, clutch in. Foot down, brake on, neutral, hands off. Right, I'll go and drive round your box then.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick Google to see how far apart the cones are for the figure of 8.
Okay.
Because I've got a sneaky feeling that they're actually a lot further apart than I think they are.
They probably are. Well, the circles are definitely nowhere near as tight as they were when I was first practicing them. I think I'm just totally and utterly terrified of it.
You want to keep a consistent distance from the box. It's not a question of trying to get as close as you can.
Yeah.
So you want to keep a consistent distance and then try and get that distance down. Right, I don't know if that's an authoritative piece of information that I've just been looking at or not,
Right.
but it suggests that the distance between the cones for the figure of 8 is 6 metres.
It's not that far.
No, it's not terribly far. Just be a little bit careful on your left hand turn because you've not done a left for a while.
Oh,
So don't panic about it. If you don't make
God.
it, don't try and force it.
I really am struggling going left now.
I know, but practice will make it easier.
I know.
Don't stress yourself out.
Okay.
There's no hurry and there's no particular target to achieve today
I know.
other than confidence. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, I just lined myself up and you've now got in the way.
Well, I'll just get out of the way then.
It's too late now. I'm diverted. Can't get left.
You got to look where you're going.
I
That's
know,
the trick.
I know.
Shall I just stop and get out of the way? And is that distracting
yes,
you?
Please. I'm just going to go left for a bit.
Why don't you just go in a big left circle around both boxes?
That's
Don't try
what
and
I'm
weave in
doing.
between them at the moment. Just get used to turning left.
Why can't I do it? I really am not happy with it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm overthinking it or what it is that's really getting in my brain about going left. It's just totally and utterly, it makes me feel really nervous.
I think you probably are just overthinking it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, in your head somewhere will be that, oh, I did this before and I came off and it hurt.
Yeah, I know. I can't get very tight at all.
You're sounding like you're a bit stressed.
I am feeling a bit stressed about it. And I don't know why, it's just ridiculous. There's no reason to be stressed about it. And when I go right, I don't feel the same way.
No, you can actually hear it in your voice when you're turning left.
I know, that's why I just need to keep going at it. It's just to get it right again, but I don't know why I'm finding it really difficult.
The trick is that you have to be comfortable enough with your riding ability that you can look somewhere that you're not going.
Yeah.
Because look at me. Keep looking at me. If you look at me, you'll end up turning.
Yeah.
That's much tighter already.
Okay.
Right, so pick a point to look at.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Does that feel alright?
No.
You feel a bit more comfortable about it?
Bit, yeah.
Yeah?
Stand still, stop moving.
But then you're not looking at me. You're alright. You're alright.
Yeah, fine. And I just bashed the back of my helmet if I scratched it.
Oh, don't worry about scratches. Badge of honour. You alright?
I'll stop looking at you. I've got at least I haven't bent my levers this time. Right, picking my bike up. Come on. How am I doing it?
Okay, well what you want to do, well,
I'm alright, I'm not feeling bad.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So ordinarily what I would suggest is that you pull the handlebars round. Yeah. So that the wheel is pointing up.
Yeah.
And then because the handlebars are then locked in their proper position.
Yeah.
Alright, you can then lever it up.
Okay.
Ordinarily. But if you do that, you're going to scratch your levers and your handlebars. So on this occasion, I'm just going to pick it up for you.
Okay.
Alright, now you can get it round.
Okay.
And now you can pull. Okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So. Scuff number 2. We'll cope. It's a badge of honour. Yeah? It's going to happen.
I did bash my leg again, but I didn't seem to.
I think you're full of petrol. That's petrol leaking out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, put it back on. Alright, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm just going to have to keep going at circles to get it right, because I can't give up on it. It's just.
Well, no, because it's not negotiable.
No.
Right, so look at where you're going. I'm looking at the box.
Yeah.
Alright. I've got a little bit more revs on than you had.
Yeah.
Alright. Looking at the box. I'm not going to make it as tight as I wanted to either. But I'm still looking at the box.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to try and keep a steady distance from it.
Yeah.
Rather than a tight distance to it. Now, I would say that's pretty reasonable. Alright, it's not full on over onto lock.
Yeah.
But it's sufficient distance that I can get halfway between these boxes, which means that I can then swap, look at the right hand side.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not done this on a small bike for a while. I think I'm actually feeling more comfortable doing this on a bigger one. You got a bit more weight and balance in a big bike. Alright,
yeah,
and then
okay.
Swapping this one to go left.
Oh god, my hands are hot.
Well, that's stress, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave your bike here.
Doke.
Alright, this should be fine for you to take off and head down this way, so that, and then when you're level with the box, look at it.
Right.
And then turn. Keep this kind of distance, alright? Because if you've got 6 meters distance between these two boxes, then the midway point is 3 meters.
Yeah.
Right? So because the midway point is 3 meters, you want to be keeping about 3 meters away from the box all the way, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you can keep about 3 meters, which is about this distance, then if you keep that all the way round, then by the time you get round to this point, alright?
Yeah.
You've still got 3 meters to do it that way, but I'm not suggesting you do that yet. What I want you to do is to go around this box, keep 3 meters away from it, don't cut into the middle, keep going, keep 3 metres away from that one, and just keep going left.
Yeah.
Right, round both boxes.
Yeah.
You don't need to look at me. Your boxes are there, alright?
Oops.
Alright, the
Yeah.
boxes are there. You've got all the time in the world. You can stop anytime you want. I'm just going to put this back on here. Alright, there's absolutely no stress. There's absolutely no pressure, apart from the ones you give to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Alright? Just take your time. Think about what you're doing.
Okay.
Don't worry. If you mess it up, don't worry. Alright?
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
You're giving yourself a bit of a mental block for this,
I
because
know.
you're actually able to do this on the road without any problem at all.
I know, and that's the thing, isn't it? I can do it on the road. I don't even about it. I
No.
just do it, and then as soon as I'm in a position where it's like go round this block, I can't do it. Feather it. Don't drop it. So annoying. Can we
What was
stop
it?
now?
What was that Australian guy said to you? You need to get it in the dirt and drop it.
I've had enough now.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do any more now. My brain is just frazzled with it. I'll try again next week though. I want to keep trying at it.
I think that's
I need
maybe the
to
key.
not do hours and hours of it. I almost
Little and often.
Yeah, I think
all right?
that's going to be how I need to do it.
I think every ride,
Yeah.
rather than say, oh, today I'm not going to do any of that, I'm just going to have a ride.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than do that,
Yeah.
for the next little while until you're comfortable, every time we come out, we'll
Yeah.
come down here at the start.
Yeah.
We'll spend 10-15 minutes turning left.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
then we'll do whatever else you want to do.
Yeah.
All right, because once you get that in your head and make it easy,
Yeah.
that's fine. Now,
Yeah.
I think what you've done is you've succumbed to the same thing as everybody else does,
Yeah.
which is you go, you learn, you sit your motorcycle test,
Yeah.
you never do this stuff again.
I know.
You never ever do it again. And then
But-
if you actually see a motorcyclist turn their bike around, how many of them do you see turn it round in the road without putting their feet down?
Not many.
Never. Hardly
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
It's just for the test.
I know, which is
all right?
bonkers,
and
really.
in your case,
Yeah.
you've got this test aversion thing, where as much as soon as you have to do it, you can't do it. When you don't have to do it, it's
I
easy.
know. I know.
There's something there about the squirrel bit of
Yeah.
MrElfSquirrel,
I
isn't
know.
there?
Yeah.
All right, let's pack up and head off.
Well, thank you everybody for watching, and we're now off to go and have a look at some bikes, because why not? It's the sort of thing you do on a sunny day when you're out on your bike. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Hopefully I won't fall off.